There it is. Woo! Sweet, we already got 46 people. I think it worked. All right. What's up, everyone? Ronnie Chavez here for my live streaming of parkour and free running tutorials. Anyways, I have a mic set up to my phone camera, so if for whatever reason you're having problems with audio, let me know so I can fix it. But otherwise, I'm super excited that you guys are here to join me. I got my friend Kyle Ball with me filming. You can show yourself, Kyle. He's going to be reading off the comments to me to help me know what I'm showing you guys. Since I'll be demonstrating and teaching at the same time, it's kind of hard to hold the camera. So, anyways, let's see what the comments we're getting right now. Anything? Any themes like?
Bunch of highs.
Hi.
One guy's telling you to do a double full.
Cool. Double full. So remember, guys, this is for you to request tutorials, tips on any tricks. It's not so much me just showing off, doing whatever I can. Like, I'll demonstrate different things, but I want this to be an opportunity for you to ask questions, and then I'll do my best to help you out. So.
One for kicking all the way through a cheat gainer.
Kicking all the way through a cheat gainer. All right, it's a good startup. We'll start with that one. So, when doing a cheat gainer, I actually just did a tutorial on one 2 weeks ago, so you should check that out if you haven't yet. But the main thing with the cheat gainer is really driving your leg. Like, when you do that kick, that swing after that powerful J step, you just gotta focus on keeping that leg straight and driving it over your opposite shoulder. And you want that to be what's carrying you around in the flip, because if you're not relying on that kick, then you're just throwing an awkward flip, awkward gainer, and that kick is really what's gonna make it look cool and bring it around. So a lot of it is the timing on that kick, so that as you kick, it's right as you're leaving the ground, so that it's really giving you lift and flip over. But I'll demonstrate one right here. All right, here we go. One more. All right, there's some tips on the cheat gainer. Let me know if you guys, what else you guys got for me? You got any comments?
Wall backflip.
Wall backflip? All right. Let's go this way. Follow me. Let me grab just my backpack. Okay, let's go. All right. So, here we have this wall. Before doing the actual wall backflip, I like to test out the actual grip on the wall, so that I know how comfortable I can feel with it. If I don't have very much grip, then I'm going to be setting my foot higher on the wall and pushing more away. If I have a lot of grip, then I can push down lower and really get a lot more height. Now, actually going through the wall flip, I'd recommend you have a backflip down. I've heard of some people learning the wall flip before a backflip, because you do get a little extra kick from the wall, but it is scarier because you're going off a wall, so if you mess up, more can go wrong. But basically, once you have a comfortable plant on the wall, just like the backflip, you're setting up, your opposite leg is going to be kicking you, just like the cheat gainer, to give you some lift to flip over, and then coming around, pulling the tuck or the kick, however you're, whatever style you're going for. But anyways, here's a demonstration. That's just a basic wall flip. You can also do a tuck out of it that you're gonna set just a little bit longer and then snap your knees in. And then the kick out. So, there's just some basic wall flip variations. I'm gonna check out the comments myself real quick. I just want to see what you guys are saying.
So backflip, front flip, side flip, basic vaults. How do you find the location? That's what
All right, awesome. Let's jump all the way to the bottom. stab flip. All right, cool. Just reading through the comments to see what you guys are interested in. One of you asked me, let's head back over here actually while I'm talking. Follow relatively close so that the mic can pick me up decent. One of you asked how it was training with Logan Paul. It was fun. He's definitely a funny guy. Very over the top, eccentric with a lot of things, but it makes for an entertaining day and time doing that. But anyways, got some vault requests. Check it out. Check out these beautiful handrails right here. So what I love about finding places with lots of handrails is you can do lots of vaults, lots of flow, things like that. I think I want to teach you guys a little bit about connecting vaults because I don't think I've really talked about that much in one of my tutorials. So let's talk about that. So in any given situation, you have lots of vault variations you can do. The main thing you want to think about when connecting vaults and creating flow is how the vault ends and how you're going to continue it from there. So for example, if I'm doing a lazy vault over this handrail, there's a lot of variations I can come out of it. I can come at it from this angle, come out of it this way, and keep running that way. Now, the way I do that is I step out of it so that I can keep my flow going, and I give myself a little bit of push. You can land two-footed on some things, but remember that's going to change your flow and the way you're landing. So if I'm doing a lazy vault and land like this, that's like stopping my momentum, and that works well if you are doing that to then turn back around and transition in a different way. So I could turn around and vault back the other way. Now when doing flow on the fly, this is where you're just kind of winging it. You haven't planned out what vaults you're doing specifically. You're just kind of doing whatever comes to mind. One, you want to do things you're very comfortable with, so you're not just throwing things that are crazy right off the back. And it's just trying to move with the environment. You don't have to worry about the exact specific vaults you're doing, but just keeping the movement going. Whatever that means, it can sometimes look awkward. Sometimes you end up doing cool things. So I'll just do a little flow run right now. All right. Whew. So there's an example of doing flow on the fly. Didn't map any of that out. Just kind of went with the flow, whatever came naturally. Looked at where I wanted to go. Tried the next thing. So, all right, what else we got?
Certain like vaults to flips.
Vaults to flips. In this spot specifically, we got I did this in my recent advanced parkour tutorial video, 10 advanced parkour vaults. Is called a Conch front. So it's kind of like a front handspring. The difference is that you're going to be pushing, kind of launching from a Conch vault and then tucking into a flip. I also like to kind of punch like I'm doing a front flip and then just getting a nice push with my hands. So I'll demonstrate that off this wall right here. That's one way you can vault into a flip. There's a lot of other things you can do, but generally you need a certain setup for like con gainers or dash bombs, for example. Those take a lot of effort and you have to have a good spot for it. And one, I can't do con gainers because they're scary. At least not yet. Kalen Chan, he's the master of con gainers, so check out his channel for that. So there's a little shout out for you, Kalen, if you're watching this. I don't know if you are. Anyways, let me flip my phone around just so I can comments here. Flip my camera around. So the thing with doing this live is it gets exhausting, so I'll need a little bit of breaks here and there. Man, you guys talk fast, but I like it.
Basic flips, maybe.
Yeah, so someone asked for a rise touchdown. I'm not very good at those, so I don't feel comfortable doing a tutorial on them yet. I'm getting a lot of Kongs, just like a basic Kong, so that's good. I love Kongs. Let's flip our camera back around. Okay, let's talk about Conch Vaults. So, with Conch Vaults, I love these moves because they're extremely versatile for practical application. I feel like a lot of free running moves, a lot of them are just for flash or for flow, and not very often are they actually super practical in all their variations. But the Conch Vault is one of those moves that can be applied to gain distance, height, speed, just a lot of different things. Let's go over some of those just to give you an idea. So you have your basic, what I like to call monkey vault, but it's still a basic Conch vault, is when you're close to the object without very much momentum and you simply need to pop over it with power to generate momentum. So from here, I'm just going to be jumping, popping my hips up, and then pulling myself forward to generate that momentum to go into a run. So that's your basic like Kong from no momentum to get power. I think it's a practical use. Then you have your basic diving Kong. That's where you already have momentum coming into it and you simply need to clear distance or just keep your speed going. Now when you have a lot of speed, you don't want to be doing a Kong taking off right next to the object. You want to dive out just a little bit so that you can maintain your speed without clipping your feet, because if you're too close with a lot of speed, you'll end up trying to jump and not get your feet up fast enough and clip. So we'll do a dive Kong off this wall over here. And then finally, let's talk about the dive Kong for distance. So this is when you're trying to do a Kong, trying to get distance with your Kong. This is great for doing Kong to precisions or Kong to cat leaps, or just trying to get a lot of distance for fun, because they're a fun thing to do. So with this one, similarly with that Kong I did just there, you're gonna be diving a little bit so that you can keep your momentum. So once again, if you're too close to the wall, you're actually gonna have to slow yourself down to get your feet up and over it. So you're diving a little bit, and then as you push off and get that push, remember your hips are going to be up slightly on that initial takeoff, but then your hands are going to allow you to bring your feet back down. The important thing is that you're almost trying to bring your hips under and still keep your center of gravity up as you're pushing forward and keeping your momentum. So, because if you aren't doing that, then you're going to drop a lot faster. So you really want to make sure you keep your own momentum and get a nice launch from your jump to push off of your hands and carry through. So I'll just do a little Kong precision from this rail. All right, that's the other thing to keep in mind, is rails can be dangerous. Let me show you what happened right there. This is a double-sided rail, which can really make things sketchy. And what happened is I hit for this one, and I was on this one, and as I went to do the front flip, my toe was actually overhanging too much and was underneath that one.
It's impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Thank you. So just make sure you watch out for doing that. Most rails aren't like this, so that's just something to keep in mind. I'll do it one more time because I failed that. So here we go. All right, there we go. Conch precision Webster out. Whew, okay, I'm gonna need a second to catch my breath before doing anything else. Let me flip around the camera again to read your comments.
Double Kong. What's a double Kong?
All right.
Basic flips.
Whew, cash vault.
Once you do some like folds and stuff.
All right. Here's an interesting one. I weigh 260 pounds and I want to train, but I don't know if I'm good enough or good enough shape to train. So basically, when it comes to different types of body types, the thing to keep in mind with doing parkour is you don't want to set your expectations based on the YouTube videos you see. Everyone is at different heights, weights. I've had people ask me if they're too skinny to do parkour, if they weigh too much to do parkour. So really, you have to realize that parkour isn't about doing these amazing stunts or tricks or whatever. I mean, eventually it can get there. It's about that progression. But in the beginning, it's simply finding your own human movement and adapting that human movement. So it's finding out what you're already capable of with your movement. You know, how comfortably can you jog and jump and climb, things like that. And then find a base of just what you're capable of. And then from there, slowly branch off of it, progress, and just kind of move at a consistent path that way. Because a lot of people like to just see the cool tricks and think, oh, I'll never be able to do that. And obviously with that attitude, you never will. But that's not the point. The point of parkour and the message I try sharing is that it's about everyone finding their own movement, their own style, their own way of moving. And it's beneficial for you if you approach it the right way. And that's just something you need to keep in mind. So hope that helps you out a little bit. You don't need to be in shape to start parkour. You just need to be aware of what you're capable of doing before you try anything you're not ready for. And obviously, as you do very basic, low impact parkour things, you'll get in better shape over time and build your strength. Did you want to say anything to that? Oh, okay.
I'm 260 pounds and I'm decent. So.
Yeah, he does parkour. Oh, show him your 360 vault off this, or whatever. Are you cool with that?
Not good, but yeah.
Okay, check this out. Yeah, nice. That was clean. I actually don't know if I caught all of that, but
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So as you can see, you know, he weighs as much as you mentioned in the comments, and he does parkour and can do things like that. So once again, it's about your commitment and training to it and making sure you start at a place that you're comfortable starting. Okay. All right. I've had a little bit of a breather now, so I can start maybe going into the next thing. Ooh, that looks like an interesting one. I saw palm side flip. I haven't done those in a while, but let's go back over to this wall and try one. That sounds like fun. Can you grab this stuff here, and I'll just have you hold it when we get there. All right, this is kind of fun out here, live streaming in a real scenario, not just cooped up in my office. Anyways, I was gonna say something really profound right there, and then I lost my train of thought, so probably wasn't that profound. All right, so yeah, let me flip the camera around. Gotta tighten it up a bit. Okay. Palm side. There's different ways to do these. The main way I do it is like the easy way. If you already know how to side flip, then all it's doing is a side flip kind of next to the wall, setting up a little bit longer than you normally would, and then just pushing away with your backhand as you go into the side flip. So really it's like I'm just doing a side flip, all the same here with my right hand and my jump, only instead of my left arm being here and going like this, it's going to be here and just pushing off the wall like that. So here goes my attempt at it. I haven't done these in a while, so let's see how it goes. Alright, so there's a basic little palm side for you, if that's what you're going for. I know there's different variations of it, but that's the way I do it. So sweet. Alright, what else we got?
What is that? Nice way to safety roll on concrete.
Nice way, oh yeah. Safety roll on concrete. I've only ever done these on grass, and I've talked about doing it on concrete, but let's move over here onto the concrete. Alright, so for me, because I'm skinny and have a bony back, I have to do the safety roll perfect. Come over here, there's a car trying to come by. I have to do the safety roll perfect to not bruise any bones on my back. And so it's taken years of practice to kind of find that perfect spot of rolling from basically my shoulder blade, the flat part of my shoulder blade, diagonal across my back to my opposite hip, but not right on the hip. It's kind of in between these two bones where I have about that much space without hitting a bone rolling on concrete. And sometimes it happens and you just deal with it. It's not an injury, it's just a nice little bruise that will make it harder to roll the next time you roll. So, that in mind, what I like to do is get really comfortable rolling on a soft surface like grass, and when you feel like you have it down, then go to concrete and do a very slow roll and see if you can hit the right points on your back where it doesn't hurt. And it takes a little bit of experiment, a little bit of pain to do it, but as long as you take it slow and comfortably, then you should be able to find that spot, and then you can go back to grass and just drill that spot over and over again until you have it perfect and know exactly how to avoid the painful spots rolling. The main thing you want to avoid is your head. That's the most important, because if you hit your head on concrete, that's bad. So never go straight forward. You always want to come kind of at an angle like that. And for me, it's just, I just have to hit that perfect line on my back to not feel any sharp pain. It's also one of those things that's uncomfortable to do no matter what, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. It's kind of like stunt falls, doing first stunt work. You kind of, at first it's like kind of painful, but then you get used to it and it's like, oh, okay, I can take this. It's not so bad. Kind of like this stunt fall, Webster fail. I don't know why I did that. I just did that for fun. Tried a little entertainment. Okay. All right, so there's your basics on the concrete safety roll. It's a lot of fun. It feels good to be able to roll on concrete. That's when you really feel ninja. Okay. What other comments do we got coming in?
B-twist, front flip, back flip, side flip.
So a lot of just the basic flips.
Yeah.
Cool. I just did a tutorial on the B-twist, so you'll probably be able to get more in-depth tutorial from that than I could give you right now, because it's in super slow motion and everything. But if you do have like a specific question about a trick or vault, let me know so that I can maybe break it down in a way I haven't in other tutorials.
Height backflip?
Height backflip.
See how high?
Yeah.
To get higher.
So to get higher with the backflip, I'm not the best at like getting super high backflips compared to some people. I can just do a competent standing backflip. The thing with high backflips, it's all about getting your center of gravity up and then being able to do a fast snap with the correct timing. If any one of those three things are off, out of place, then it's going to be a low or not a super high landing backflip. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I'll just demonstrate one right now. So I can backflip like a comfortably upright landing backflip. Some people I know can just do a standing stall backflip, get it around. I'm not quite there. And surprisingly, I don't, like, a lot of people I meet think I have like crazy hops, and honestly my hops aren't any higher than just an average athletic person. It's when it comes to flips and parkour and things like that, it's about knowing how to control your center of gravity, and that's what makes it look like you can jump high, but really it's just, I'm only jumping a few inches off the ground, but because I can bring my knees up to my chest so fast and keep my center of gravity high, it looks like I'm much higher off the ground. It's the same concept as doing a standing straight jump. If my legs are straight, I'm only like six inches off the ground, but if I tuck my knees in, then I'm a whole 3 feet off the ground. So it's just kind of like using that concept but applying it to your flips. Anytime you're jumping and going into a flip, you want to make sure you're not falling too fast before you're able to get your knees up to your chest and get that height. So yeah, there's some tips on the standing backflip for height.
But a cork.
Cork.
Backflip.
This is another one I just did a tutorial on with a super slow motion. Kind of when it comes to those types of tricks, the B-twist and the cork, it's all about just really knowing how to get the set and the twist for both of those moves, because it's such a weird spinning off-axis motion that as long as you can get up, get your chest up, get your set, and then get the spin, you know, it'll come together a lot easier. I'll just throw down a B twist and a cork for you right now, just for your viewing pleasure. Okay, there you have it. B twist and a cork. What time is it?
5:24.
5:24. Cool. So we've been going for about
25 minutes.
almost a half hour. That's sweet. Going good so far. Got a little bit of energy left in me. Cool. Any other things popping up? Comments?
Rise, kip up.
Kip up?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like a kip up. Remember, the more specific your question is, the more I can break it down. But the kip up is awesome because that's the ultimate ninja move when you get knocked down. Remember, in parkour, you're always going to get knocked down. You need to get back up. But why not get back up with style? Because you can always get knocked down and get back up slowly, kind of walk off all shameful and awkwardly and walk away and pretend like it never happened. Or you can get up with confidence and try again whatever you were going for. The more confidence you have in your failures and in your successes, the more overall well-rounded of a person you will be in your training. So anyways, with the kip up, you get knocked down, but I get up again, never gonna get me down. I don't know that word, so that's fine. Anyways, knocked down, bam. What I like to think about is how quickly can I go into that kip up from getting knocked down, because if it takes me too long to get into the set and then jump back up, then it kind of loses its practical application. If I'm like here and then loading, and then jump up, it just takes too long. So if I get knocked down, you really want to be able to make it quick, and that kind of comes in almost like a worm motion, the way you load back into it and then quickly kicking your feet before you're even fully loaded. There's kind of like a certain technique to it. I'll kind of show you what I mean. You get knocked down, and then you just pop back up. It's not as powerful of a kip up, but it's very quick and shows that you're fine, you recovered, and you get up cool like a ninja. All right. Let's I take a break for a sec, see what comments we got here. Man, you guys are coming in so fast, I can't keep up with the comments.
Horizontal wall run.
Oh, let me flip the camera around so you can see my face. I don't know why you'd want to see my face though. It's kind of boring to look at. You notice my beard's been getting longer? Haven't trimmed it in a little while.
The tips of a good beard.
Oh yeah, tips of a good beard. One, age a little bit. I could never grow a beard as a teenager, and only as I've gotten older, the older I get and the better my beard looks, the more I've grown it out. So I don't know, just maturity, I guess. You've learned about that in school, the maturation program, right?
Yeah, totally.
So, okay, front flip height when you're running. So to get front flip height when you're running, that's all about how you implement the blocking technique. Because blocking is, I actually did a tutorial on this a few months ago, so you can check that out. But blocking is all about transferring that running momentum into height. And to do that, it's really about punching the ground, pushing off hard, and making sure you set back and set high so you can really get that lift from that momentum. Because otherwise, if you're not setting back and getting that lift, you're just going to fly forward with all that momentum. So you really want to stop that momentum. That's why it's called a block. So you're blocking that momentum, but not stopping it. You're forcing it upwards and pushing it. So lately, how I've really liked to do front flips with height with the blocking technique is actually doing the Russian style, because I've also found my arms really help give me some extra lift. So Kyle, if you can come hold the camera for me. Oh, phone's popping out. One sec, guys, technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. Let's flip the camera around. Okay, perfect. So notice I'll do a block. I'm gonna do the Russian. Actually, I'll do both styles. I'll do the punch front and the Russian. What I want you to pay attention to is the way I'm reaching with my feet and kind of pushing against the ground. right, there's a normal punch front, and then here's the Russian. So, my personal opinion, the Russian front flip looks a little bit more awkward than a classic punch front, but I love the feeling of it so much more. It feels a lot more floaty and airy, so I've just been doing those a lot lately, because for me it's about how it feels and how fun it is to do, and lately, excuse me, those have been fun for me to do. So, whew. All right, let's I'll take a break here. Let's find a new location just to change up the atmosphere a bit and find some cool new things to do. Thank you. I can grab this again, flip it around. So tell me what you guys think of this style of tutorials so far. Doing it live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm having fun. I think it's definitely a different way to do it, because with my normal video tutorials I upload to YouTube, like, those are fun and they give me more time to like do it correctly, because if I mess up I can just redo it, and talking is the hardest thing for me actually. Oh yeah, forgot some things. So anyways, talking on camera is the hardest thing for me. If you watch some of my oldest tutorials on my channel, you'll see I definitely struggled back then. I was much more awkward on camera, and I still feel that way, but I've noticed I've progressed. I've gotten better, which is good. But so doing live tutorials like this, it's like I don't really have that chance to redeem a mistake. It's basically, once I mess up, it's all on there for all of you to see. And I'm okay with that. I'm at a point where that's okay. Probably a few years ago I was a lot more self-conscious about that kind of thing on camera, where if I messed up during a live stream, then I'd be like, oh crap, I messed up, that's super awkward. But I don't feel that way so much anymore. It is still awkward doing this when there's like other people walking around. I'm just like talking to a camera and doing weird parkour things. I'm sure you guys know how that feels, doing parkour and in public and just feeling awkward with it. But yeah, just for fun, this isn't a tutorial. Oh, whoa. Someone just sent me $1. That's Pam Million Parkour. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I forgot that you could actually do that on these live streaming chats, so that's very appreciated. So thank you, Pam Million Parkour, for that $1. Every dollar counts, going towards supporting this channel and allowing me to do videos like these for you. So anyways, I found these cool walls right here. So I'm not gonna do a tutorial. I'm just going to kind of like just do some like side flip precision or something like that, just for fun, because it looks cool. So here we go. Put this back around. Okay, sweet. Whew, that was scary. Didn't put any prep into that, just went for it. Trick with doing, actually I'll do a little bit of a tip on side flip precisions. Trick with doing side flip precisions is consistency. You want to train them so much on flat ground and off heights that you're always landing where you're spotting. If you're ever not landing where you're spotting, then you shouldn't be trying side flip precisions yet. But once you know you can hit the right spot every time with the right balance, then it's just a matter of building up the commitment to going for side flip precision. And that pretty much relates to every type of precision jump and flip precision. It's about building up that confidence and consistency, doing them on flat ground and in other spots where it's not as risky. But someone I love watching do precision flip tricks is oh man, now that I'm on camera I just lost his name, so I'll get back to you on that. But anyways, I'll let you know. So, all right, let's keep moving. Yeah, does that happen to you all the time, where you're thinking of someone's name and then you totally lose it because you're trying to think of their name too hard? Happens to me all the time. Must mean I have a bad memory or something, but it is kind of one of those annoying little first world struggles I have in life. All right, let's see. Just talking so much, I gotta kind of like bring back, my thoughts, bring myself together a little bit. Let's talk about striding, because this is a nice little setup for it. Strides are pretty simple. It's precision jumping, but off of one step. The main thing to keep in mind is that as you go for bigger strides, you want to make sure you have the strength to be able to transfer from one leg your momentum to the next one. What often happens is you're doing a really big stride, but you have so much momentum going into it that your one leg can't take that impact and transfer it to the next jump. Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, you're fine. All right, so if you want to back up a bit, maybe track from over here. Do you want to come and stand over here?
Oh.
Yeah. And there we go. There's your basic stride. Up down here. Actually, I need a drink of water. Throat's getting kind of dry from all the talking and jumping. Oh, nice. Just got $2 from someone named Deacon. Said, love your channel, dude. Sorry I can't send a lot. Don't worry about it, man. $2, that's amazing. Even if you can't send any money, just being a part of this live stream means a lot to me. Meaning that there's people out there supporting my channel and getting value or entertainment from what I'm doing. So once again, thank you, Deacon, for doing that. Yeah. All right, let's jump down here. At the bottom, someone asked for an air flare, but I don't know what that is. So, oh wait, yeah I do. It's like a breakdancing move, but I can't really do those. Wall run to the roof. Oh, this is the perfect spot for that. All right. This may be where I get kicked out, and I don't encourage you guys to do this, but let me show you here. Oh, sorry, you probably couldn't hear me super well because the microphone was facing away. But right here, I'm gonna see if I can climb up right there. Then we'll hop down real quick and go to a new location.
Then run away.
Let me load up the bag real quick of our stuff, just so we can make a quick. Whatever. I'll come down and grab it. Okay, that's fine. Once again, there's this like shrubbery area, so I'm gonna have to be, I just want to spot my area so I don't accidentally step on a rock and roll my ankle, because that's how it usually happens. It's never the crazy epic stunts that it happens. It's always like the weird, awkward places where you don't expect it. So anyways, give it just a minute for a little bit of clearance. But yeah, I'm having fun so far. You guys having fun? I mean, I know you're probably not out here with me doing parkour, which would make it even more fun if we were having a jam or something like that. But we're all across the world, and this is a way for us to just get together, hang out, and have fun talking about parkour. So anyways, I think we're clear. Here we go.
Listen for the sirens.
Yeah. pretty fun. I don't think anyone saw me, unless they heard me inside the building. All right, let me catch my breath. It's a good little sprint right there, doing a building climb. All right, let's I'll hop on to see what questions you guys are asking. If you tried joining the Red Bull Art of Motion, that was a question that was asked. I actually did a few years ago. I made a little submission just for fun. Thing is, I'm just not at the same level as a lot of those guys who do the Red Bull Art of Motion. So it's something that I wanted the opportunity to go there and compete and do that, but I wasn't doing it so much for the competition, more just because it sounded like a really cool opportunity and would sound like fun. But yeah, I probably don't plan on really auditioning for it again. All right. Sorry guys, I'm still kind of breathing a little heavy. Someone asked, where do you get your pants from? Yeah, so as you can see, you've probably seen them in a lot of my videos. I have these awesome samurai pants that I use all the time because they feel amazing. It's almost like doing parkour naked, but doesn't look as awkward as doing parkour naked. It's like wearing cool flowy ninja pants. I do get made fun of sometimes by people wearing them, like, why is that guy wearing girl panties or things like that, but it's, you know, that's cool. I don't care what people think. I just love the feel of them. I like the way they look doing parkour. I don't typically wear them around casually, like when I'm just out running errands and stuff, but where I get them online on Amazon. If you just search up samurai pants, they typically ship from Thailand, so they take a little while to get there. But before you do that, I wanted to let you know that I actually have my own samurai pant design I have coming out soon. I don't know how soon yet, so I can't promise anything, but my first pair have been made for me to be tested out. They're just being shipped to me right now. So once I test them out and like them, then probably pretty soon after that, I'll start selling them online. You guys will be able to have your own official branded Ronnie Street Stunts samurai pants. Someone wished me happy birthday. I think that was Anthony Martinez. Yeah, my birthday was actually a few days ago. I don't share that online because I don't try to promote that a lot because I'm not big into that, but I still appreciate it and enjoy it. I won't know how much my pants will be yet. I still have to figure all those things out. Nicolaj, forgive me if I mispronounce your name, Henriksen, asked me, can you do parkour with glasses on? I can, especially if they have the kinds that tie it to my head, but I don't like doing parkour in glasses because I find they change my depth perception a little bit, and they can also fall off. So a few years back, I probably wore glasses for 2 years straight and mostly did parkour while wearing glasses. And I found I actually got used to the depth perception of wearing glasses, so then it felt weird to do parkour without glasses. So anyways, it's kind of just, you got to get used to whatever you're doing, but I preferably don't do that. What? Oh yeah, right here. He's got glasses. Yeah, you're perfect for answering most of these questions. You should be doing this live stream. All right, please do a wall run. What kind of wall run? Like a horizontal wall run? Probably. Okay. There's actually a good spot up here for that. So let's head up there. If any of you have donated to this stream and I didn't see it, I'm sorry I didn't give you a shout out because I'm doing a lot of stuff, but if you did and didn't get a shout out, just know that I'm super appreciative of anyone who's done that. So, all right, here we go. Flip the camera around. All right, we'll wait for some people to pass by and then we'll do the wall run. precision jump to a curb.
Yeah.
All right. Normally I'm here on Saturdays, so there's not nearly as many people. And it's a Friday afternoon, so everyone I'm sure is leaving to go home and stuff like that. So it makes it a little bit more awkward, but you just learn to not worry about that. That's a mental barrier, mental obstacle you learn to overcome with parkour. Because parkour, it's not just about the physical obstacles, it's about the mental obstacles, overcoming fears, overcoming social anxieties, breaking social norms that aren't like crazy social norms. You don't want to do harmful things to people, but just weird social norms where you're climbing on a wall and people are like, that's not normal. But what's wrong with it? It's okay because it's a form of exercise and self-discipline, and you just learn to kind of get in a focus zone where you kind of can block everything out around you. All right, so this wall right here is where I'll do the horizontal wall run. This one, there's two things you can think about. You can think about how high you can go up on the wall, and you can also think about how far you can go along the wall. And it really just depends. I would practice both of them, and it really, for practical application, it just depends on your situation. If you're trying to get up onto something, or if you're trying to clear a gap or distance. So I'll demonstrate both variations and then talk about it.
Anyway.
Okay, here we go. First one, I'm going for height with a little bit of distance. All right, this next one will be going for distance. Main thing with the wall run is you want to have momentum going into it, and you want to have kind of powerful pushes against the wall based on where you're going to be going. So if you know where you want to go, you want to run in that direction a little bit, but still have a little bit of angle into the wall so you can get a good push against the wall and have momentum going into the wall to keep you on the wall longer. Because the more momentum you have into the wall, the more you can stick to it and the longer you can stay on the wall. And I'll actually do a move to help demonstrate that. I call it the wall spider stick. I just came up with that just now. But basically, I run into a wall straight on, jump into it, and just using my arms and legs to absorb my momentum, see how long I can stick on that wall for. So, if you want to stand right here, that'll probably be the best angle. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, I was like stuck on the wall for like a second, and then once I lost my initial momentum, then I dropped off. But it's that same idea. If you can learn how that feels to kind of hold your momentum on a wall, because you have all that momentum going into it, it's the same idea going into wall runs and horizontal wall runs and tic-tacs and things like that. What time is it?
5:48.
5:48? Okay, cool. We'll go for maybe 10 more minutes, end around 6 my time, so we'll have gone for an hour. But let's go find a new location.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, need to grab our stuff.
One guy wants to see an Arabian.
Arabian.
Whenever you're willing to do that.
We could go in the grass over here.
I think he's been commenting since the start of this, so he's been trying to get you to do an Arabian since the start of this.
All right. So here it is, finally getting to the Arabian. I used to be really good at Arabians, but I've kind of lost my, I haven't trained them a lot, so I kind of lost the perfect technique for them, but I can still do them, especially out of cartwheels and stuff like that. Main thing I've found that helps me do it actually lately is throwing it like I'm trying to do a back full, but instead of going for the full 360, I just tuck out of the first half. Because otherwise, if I'm not thinking about that, then I tend to not get enough rotation of the Arabian. So anyways, here it goes. That's like the complicated way to do an Arabian, but first do one standing, see how it looks, then I'll do it from a cartwheel. A little low, got it around. Let me try one more, see if I can make it a bit better. Yeah, they're kind of low, but you know, it's kind of not something I've worked on a lot. Here's the out of a cartwheel. Those are much easier because you have a lot more momentum. Like I said, I don't have a ton of hops, but whenever I can put momentum into something and use a blocking technique, then it really helps me get it around. Okay, let's head over here.
On the way, maybe you could talk about the getting over fear.
Oh yeah. So I have a perfect video for overcoming fear. It's like 6 or 7 steps or something for helping you overcome fear. You can look it up in on my channel. But basically what I talk about is like with learning anything in life, it takes progression and it takes a starting point with a simple step and then adding upon it and going a little bit more, adding a little bit more. So it's the same thing with overcoming fear. To learn how to commit yourself to doing something that scares you, you want to start with smaller things first, things that are simple and maybe only just make you a little bit uncomfortable or just a little bit scary. But doing things like that as often as you can, that aren't too risky, makes it easier to get in that habit of like, okay, I can overcome my fears. I do it all the time. And then you slowly just step it up, you know, doing things that scare you a little bit more and more. Just remember with overcoming fear, you also don't want to get rid of it completely because you want to be smart, intelligent about what you're doing. And sometimes it's best to just say, there's no need for me to do this. I feel a little bit scared, but it's also extremely dangerous, so I don't need to do it. And I do that oftentimes. I'll be planning a really cool jump or route, and then I realize like it just seems too risky for me, and I decide there's no point in overcoming my fear for that jump if the risk level is too high. So it's also about calculating your risks. So yeah, those are just some things. Sorry. Those are just some things to keep in mind with overcoming fear. And let's see, we'll do a little bit right here. Let me hop on one last time, read your comments myself. Which one? Oh, sorry, you're just staring at my arm right now. Let me flip that around. Someone asked me how high of a wall run I've done. Highest wall run I've done that I've measured is 14 feet. That's also the highest I've done a pole vault. I used to pole vault in high school, so I guess 14 is my number. All right, here's a good one. I'm not in the best spot to do a tutorial on this, but this is the Iron Parkourist asks, what are some exercises for upper body in order to get up walls faster and more efficient? Okay, I'll just use this little short wall. One thing with getting up walls fast and efficient is about technique. Like the better you get at the wall climbing technique, the faster and easier you can do it. Like even when I've been injured where I haven't been able to train for a long time and I'm a lot weaker, I can still wall climb relatively fast because I have that technique ingrained in my muscle memory, so I'm able to do it a lot faster. But the more strength you have, the easier it is to do to climb up a wall faster. So definitely what I try to focus on with exercises is one, pull-up exercises that try and get me in this position, and also trying to get the pull-up, as I'm doing a pull-up exercise, getting my chin as high above the bar as possible. So instead of just pulling my chin to here, it's trying to almost get like jump up where I can get the bar to my chest. Because if you can get that motion, it's gonna be a lot easier to transition into the pushing up motion. And then training that motion is simply doing dips or push-ups or things like that. You can even go to a low wall like this and just do simple push-ups from that position, and you can even do it from here to kind of work those muscles in that transition in your shoulders and your arms, because that's the hardest transition right here, is going from the pull to the push. And once you can get good at that transition, which takes momentum from the pull-up going into the push-up, then the wall climb is way easier. So the push-up exercise, for example, here, I can simply just be down here, kind of just let my weight hang as I do these push-ups like this. And you can do it from a full hang on a wall, or you can do it low like this, where you have your feet kind of assisting you so that you can do more of them. It's good to kind of mix it up, do like full body weight climb ups, and then also to do a little bit less weight so you can just do a whole bunch in a row and really burn your muscles, make them strong for the future. Yeah, okay. Anything good, exciting happening?
Wall spin. One guy wants a wall spin. So I remember that.
Okay. Keep getting people asking me, sorry, you're just staring at my arm again. I keep getting, some of you guys keep commenting about me doing a backflip right now. That kind of sounds like the typical response from people when I'm out doing parkour. It's like, I may not even be doing flips, but I'll do like some vaults, and then someone's like, whoa dude, you do parkour, do a backflip. And it's like, when I was younger, it used to always be like, okay, I'll do a backflip for you guys because it's so cool. But now it's just kind of like, why? I'm not your show pony. Maybe on YouTube I'm a show pony, but but I'm just out doing my own thing. And unless you're trying to, like, you know, if a girl asks you to do it and you're a guy, or vice versa, you know, then there's some real practical application for it. Yeah. All right, sorry, I'm reaching the end of my leg here and processing all these comments and stuff. So one person asked if you're falling forward on a handstand, how you get out of it. The easiest thing I've found is basically kind of learning like a cartwheel or round off. If you can twist your hips and shoulders so that you're basically doing a cartwheel out of it, that's the easiest way. That way you're not falling straight forward and potentially landing on your back. So I'll demonstrate that real. Oh no.
Hello?
Sorry guys, just dropped my phone, so I think it's okay. Got a case on it, but I'll just have him hold the phone for now. This is just so you know, this is what I've been using this whole time. Have this microphone for the audio in case there's wind and stuff. If you've noticed a difference in the audio, set up this whole little contraption to connect my phone to a microphone. So that's been kind of fun. But
The audio's
here we go. So I'm doing a handstand. If you notice, I'll be here. And then if I start falling forward, I simply just twist my hips and kind of try and step my other hand forward so I can twist and kick out of it. Same thing on a wall. Kind of just do a little twist, round off, or in my latest 10 advanced parkour vaults, I did a little tutorial on the handstand Kong drop, which looks like this. So, there's some basic tips for you on the handstand. Did a cheat gainer at the very beginning, so after this video is finished, you guys can check that out. Shoes I'm wearing are Onitsuka Tigers, so you can just search those on Google, see if you can find them in your size. 1 to 10, how much does it hurt to fall on your butt? really depends how high it is. If it's a 1 foot drop, then I would say it's a 1. If it's a 10-foot drop, then it would be a 10. Getting some mean comments in here.
There's been a lot of them.
Yeah. Let's see. Getting a lot of aerials, but I don't have the best aerials. But what I would like, I'll try an aerial right now. I'm not like super good at them. Like anyone who does gymnastics or has taken gymnastics will put me to shame doing aerials. But what I do like are kind of like the frisbees or bee kicks, which I kind of do kind of an aerial bee kick. So anyways, I'll have Kyle hold the camera over here. All right, so here's my attempt at an aerial. Oh, that was so bad. Yeah, I haven't worked those forever for a long time. I'll do it off of the ledge because I feel more comfortable with that right now. It's all wet and marshy. Main thing with aerials, like being flexible helps, getting lift like a Webster helps, but I tend to not practice them very much, so I can't give you the best tips on aerials. And then frisbees are kind of a little bit different. They're like doing a bee kick, but then you're tucking out of it and almost mixing it with like a side flip. Let me see how my frisbee is right now. King of frisbees, or Pasha, the boss. Let's check out his videos if you really want to see a proper frisbee. But it's basically like setting up a bee twist or bee kick, and instead of like kicking your chest up and over, it's more like you're going into a flip with that twisting momentum and going from there. But I think for now, let me yeah, I think that's all we got for today. It's been a good long hour doing tutorials and training with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for those of you who supported by watching this or sent in the donations. It's much appreciated. Hopefully we can do this again in the future. We have 233 people watching right now, so that's awesome. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe for future tutorials, in-depth slow motion tutorials, and just a lot more fun videos I have coming out. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Also, if you like my shirts, that's another way you can support my channel, is by going and buying my shirts and other merchandise like my pants I mentioned earlier. I'll have on there, and every little bit counts, and it just makes me, it warms my heart to see you guys out there supporting me, supporting my dreams and channel, and in turn I hope I can help you reach your dreams through providing these tutorials and kind of giving you insights into how I've gotten to where I have gotten today. So anyways, once again, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Live stream out.